This channel has called Kyushu the smartest place in Japan to buy a cheap house, and stands by that. But smartest and cheapest are not the same claim, and an honest channel has to admit when it blurred the two. If raw price is genuinely all that matters to you, Kyushu is not the answer. A different region, far to the north, beats it on price alone, sometimes dramatically. Here is the honest comparison this channel should have made from the start. Kyushu against Tohoku, price against everything else a buyer actually has to live with. Start with the number that settles the argument. Land in Akita Prefecture, part of the Tohoku region in Japan's north, runs around 13,000 yen per square meter, roughly a third of what comparable land costs in Kyushu's own cheapest prefecture, Saga. Habitable detached homes in Akita commonly sell for 1 to 5 million yen, $6,700 to $33,000, and municipal akiya-bank listings occasionally drop as low as 0 to 500,000 yen. Some towns across Akita, Yamagata, and Iwate offer renovation subsidies covering up to 75% of eligible costs, more generous than most programs this channel has covered in Kyushu. If the entire decision came down to the smallest number on the listing page, Tohoku wins, and it is not close. Property tax follows the same logic covered elsewhere on this channel. It tracks assessed land value, not the region's reputation, so Tohoku's rock-bottom land prices translate directly into rock-bottom annual tax bills too, often just a few tens of thousands of yen a year on a rural property. So why hasn't this channel been making Tohoku videos? Because the price tag is not the total cost. The same lesson this channel repeats about renovation and closing fees, just applied at the regional level instead of the individual house level. Interior Tohoku regularly sees more than 2 meters of snow each winter, and proper winterization, insulation, snow load reinforcement, heating infrastructure commonly adds another 500,000 to 1.5 million yen, $3,300 to $10,000, on top of the purchase and the ordinary renovation budget. Add real distance from major international airports and hospitals, and a level of English-language municipal support that lags well behind what Fukuoka or Beppu have built. None of that appears in the headline price. All of it appears in the first winter. Renovation itself gets harder too. Contractors comfortable working with a non-Japanese-speaking foreign buyer are concentrated around the cities and university towns this channel keeps returning to in Kyushu, and thinner in rural Tohoku, which can mean a smaller pool of help exactly when a harsh climate makes the work more urgent, not less. Line the two regions up honestly, and the trade becomes clear. Kyushu gives up the absolute lowest sticker price in exchange for a mild climate that eliminates winterization costs entirely, proximity to international airports with direct routes into the rest of Asia, hospital access. This channel has documented prefecture by prefecture, and English-capable services already built around communities like Beppu's International University Town and Fukuoka's startup economy. Tohoku gives up all of that for a lower number on the listing. Neither answer is wrong. They are simply optimizing for different things. Tohoku for the smallest possible entry price, Kyushu for the smallest total friction once you actually try to live there. So, correcting the record, Tohoku, not Kyushu, is where Japan's absolute cheapest houses actually are. If a rock-bottom purchase price is the entire goal, and you are prepared for real winters, real distance, and thinner English-language support, that is where to look. But this channel's focus on Kyushu was never really a claim about the lowest number. It was a claim about the best total outcome for a foreign buyer trying to build an actual life, not just when the smallest price tag. Cheapest and smartest can point in different directions. Know which one you are actually optimizing for before you pick a region, not after the first snowfall. If this made Japan's empty house market a little clearer, subscribe to Akiya Handbook, the channel that explains how Japan's cheap houses actually work, honestly, and without selling you anything. There is also a free guide waiting in the description, the Akiya Buyer's Starter Guide, How to Buy a Cheap House in Japan Without Getting Burned. 11 chapters on the truth about so-called free houses, the hidden costs, and who should not buy. No hype, and completely free. The link is below. Thanks for watching.